Go. Like promised, we're playing 1943 arcade style. Legion here.
Splaticus finishing.
We are going into. We couldn't get the two-player to work on the NES. I don't know if it exists or not.
I don't think it does.
So we're playing on the arcade, and we're gonna
That was
try and. Are we gonna try to beat this game?
We can give it a try. I went through a phase where I was just really into playing these incredibly repetitive shooters. There's not really a lot to do. You just with the mania, you have endless credits. So all you have to do is just keep playing and hitting the attack button. Eventually, you will win. But they can also be kind of long. So I don't know. It's gonna be your call. Either.
It's gonna be my call, huh? Well,
I'm already liking this a lot more than the NES version, but
yeah, it's amazing how polished the arcade version is to the NES version. Like, amazing. You're gonna have to find some like 1940 versions like on PlayStation or something. I know there's a whole bunch of variants of these, right?
mm-hmm. Yep.
They've come out over the years. I mean, these 1940s games have been coming out for, 30 years. So they're a big hit.
And they were always weird because it's a Japanese company making games about American pilots shooting down Japanese planes. It seems like, I don't know, the whole idea behind it is just like, there's something Eisenhower's like, all right, I'm mad at you guys, you have to do this as penance. Except that's not it, because it came out in the 80s. So I can't even explain where the idea for this came from. Like, if you're a Japanese game maker, why do you want to make a game about Pearl Harbor? Which I believe the first game was 1941.
The first game was 1941?
We were just looking at the list of naming games. Yeah, the first one game that listed was 1941.
Oh.
So I guess they just didn't put that one on NES.
Yeah, maybe I have to see if it's
you can run out of bullets?
Yeah. Run out of fuel, too.
Danger.
My understanding is if we pass by each other, we can fill each other's fuel up.
Is that?
Mission completed. That wasn't very bad.
No, not at all.
So we might be able to run through this. It might be a long
The question is how many levels are there? There could be like 30 levels that are all basically the same
NES
thing.
at 11, so I can only make that assumption that the arcade is 11.
We're getting really good at taking off from that half-sunk aircraft carrier.
It's leaning.
Yeah. Is that?
This is going to be a multi-part video. So yeah, back to what you were commenting about Japan making games where America essentially beats their ass. I do find that pretty weird as well.
And they could have just made basically the exact same game, except, I don't know, in space, in somewhere other than World War II. And, exactly the same, just call it something other than 1940 whatever. And, maybe change the way a few of the ships look. But no, it's like, yeah, we'll just, let's recreate the Pacific War and cast ourselves as the bad guys.
I gotta ask, since Splaticus, he's probably more knowledgeable. He's definitely a bit smart than me. I gotta ask you, was Galaga a Japanese game?
Boy, that's a good question, because that's so early. I think that came out back when,
that was one of the first major arcade games, right?
I think that might have actually been an American game.
It was an American game?
Or someone's gonna have to actually find out now, but I think it was a Midway game, and I think that's an American company. Valley Midway.
maybe if that was the case, maybe if because I mean this is very. I mean, you could say it's almost Galaga-like, right? It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in space, but it has the same. You know, we got planes that are doing a pattern, and we're trying to dodge things.
Oh yeah, I think Galaga was the first. Oh, and there goes me. Right, and what do I have to continue? Great, that was easy.
Too bad it wasn't this easy when we were kids, huh?
That's kind of what I was thinking. I was thinking if I was a kid, I'd have maybe like $1 worth of quarters, most.
Mission completed, 85% destroyed. Leaning to the side.
Like, come on, guys, fix that aircraft carrier.
I don't know, maybe
Ayako. Yeah, and another thing, it's set during World War II, and the dates are somewhat accurate, but the names of the battleships are all made up. At least I think so.
Well, that's what I found interesting about 1942. I might have to check out 1941. I don't know if that's anyway related.
It's going to be quite a step down after playing 1943 here.
Oh, it's going to be a huge step down. It's probably like Atari. But the thing about playing 1942, when I, nobody knows this is the first time they know this, but I was in the Navy, so I was on an aircraft carrier. So when I saw the aircraft carrier 88, it piqued my interest, as it should, right? Naturally. So I did my research on it. I did my research on night.
Wow, that was
carrier vessels from carrier vessel carrier vessel 88 and CV 88. Well, there isn't a CV 88, but there's a CVE 88.
That might be. If you don't continue, that's it. Well, kind of makes sense.
Hold on a second. Not really. Hit 5 and then hit 2.
First, okay.
Hit 2.
Okay. You need credit.
So there wasn't a carrier vessel 88, but there's a carrier vessel escort 88, and it wasn't accurate either. I mean, oh man,
damn.
It wasn't accurate either. It was
there. I know that now. Stop.
Carrier vessel 88 escort was carrier vessel 88 was in the South Pacific in 1944, not 1942. And that might be why they took the numbers off of the 1943 version. That's the aircraft carrier. Maybe someone complained. Like,
I can't imagine anyone thought about it that much.
You don't think so? Just me?
I don't understand any of this. I don't know. The basic concept of the game seems strange to me. I'm just a little surprised that they were accurate enough to have like an actual aircraft carrier 88.
Well,
it's possible the
carrier vessel 88. It wasn't really an aircraft carrier.
Okay.
But it did carry aircraft. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Maybe I think it was that time period as aircraft carrier. So I guess we call it aircraft carrier. Getting stuck on dumb stuff. Pretty sure that high score of 78,100 is me.
Yeah.
So
I think I've got at least 2 deaths on you at this point. And I also had a game over.
I'm running out of fuel, man. Let me get some fuel. You're supposed to hang out with me.
I kind of I passed over you.
Yeah, but you kept dodging me. You would hang out with me like that.
The system with the whole if you hang close together, you can refuel each other is actually pretty cool. Can't think of any other game where you can really do that.
This way. You got some bombs. Shells. I got 3-way and you got shells. Oh, shit. Okay. I started off with shells now. Sweet. Boats are getting bigger.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had that thing. Probably should have used those.
Tsunami. This one's what that is.
I think so. And you would think the tsunami would be like the ultimate attack for one of the Japanese planes, but no, we've got it.
Dang, they didn't give you much space to get that last gun there.
So does our score reset every time we croak or every time we get a game over? I guess it's just every time we die.
Does what reset?
Our score on the...
Oh, yeah. So you're player 2, so your high score now was 112,000. Not bad.
Yeah, this is kind of different because I'm kind of paying attention to the scores. So I'm trying to get the highest score since we can pretty much, we can both finish the game without doing anything. But so I'm actually trying to get a good score, which I've never really done before.
Yes.
Usually I just try to survive.
You know that I'm competitive, and it seems to be the only way I'm going to be competitive is if I can get a better score than you by the time we finish this game.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so you're at 120.
I think it's very doable.
129.10.
So it's going to get harder to stay alive as we go here.
It is. It's a kind of interesting challenge.
What year? I can't remember. What year did this come out in the arcade?
87. Okay. 1987. So I would have been 5. But I want to start getting into Nintendo. I started understanding what Nintendo was. It was about 5.
How important it would be in your life? Yeah.
Yeah.
I realized pretty quickly. It's like, yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing forever.
You had a good lead on me with that score you got. You're about to die.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to give you some fuel, but I don't want to because then I won't beat your score.
See? Yeah, very good.
Oh no, I went down anyway.